All right, welcome, Trash Talkers. We are a little bit of a different format today. We are traveling for the holidays, so you will not see us on the screen, but we're still bringing you that daily content that we provide to you guys each and every single day. And as always, we are starting with our power rankings for Week 17 in the NFL. Nick, I can't believe we're already at Week 17. Here we are. All right, 32-31. Nick, we see the Jaguars and the New York Jets. What do we got here?
Yeah, not much has changed, but we've seen that the Jaguars and the Jets, after playing, they make Zach Wilson actually look pretty good, which is kind of scary. Zach Wilson, we know, is not that good. Trevor Lawrence, I mean, he's worse. He's just absolutely worse. He might be the worst quarterback from this rookie class, and that's why the Jacksonville Jaguars are here at 32. The New York Jets squeaking by over the Jacksonville Jaguars, missing half their roster, but getting the job done. They sit here at 31.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, though, because both of these teams wanted to lose, so they had a higher draft pick, but right now it just seems like the Jets won, but they also lost because they won.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, next up we have teams 30 through 21, starting off with the Detroit Lions at 30, the New York Giants at 29, the Chicago Bears at 28, the Carolina Panthers, the Houston Texans, the Seattle Seahawks, the Denver Broncos, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Cleveland Browns, and the Las Vegas Raiders at 21. Nick, out of all these teams, which team surprised you the most?
Without a doubt, the Houston Texans. For them to be at home and take on the Los Angeles Chargers, not only beat them, but beat them handily. And for the offense and the defense to really step up and do their jobs, Dave Coley showing that he is a true head coach in this league, that he's really able to take pretty much nobodies and turn them into a formidable team that can compete against a playoff opponent like the Los Angeles Chargers. That's absolutely incredible. The Houston Texans, they've got something working. They want to see if Davis Mills truly is a franchise quarterback they can get behind, and it looks like he is. It looks like he's not a guy who's going to make too many mistakes. He can make do with what little they have to work with, and that was without Brandon Cooks too. With a full-strength roster, we can only imagine what Davis Mills can do. So I really like the Houston Texans right now. I like the trajectory they're on, and it looks like they could be truly set up for the future.
I mean, a team that is kind of reeling right now and not set up for the future, the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I know I've kind of rid them a little bit, especially after the poor performance that came out of Chase Claypool and everything that we saw coming out of that botched, first down and everything. We don't need to rehash it. The Pittsburgh Steelers, I swear Patrick Mahomes is their kryptonite. I don't know what this man does. I don't know what the Kansas City Chiefs do, but the Pittsburgh Steelers look at the Kansas City Chiefs, and it is the big, mean giant that they just cannot get behind. It is the team that gives them the most problems. The last time Patrick Mahomes faced this Pittsburgh Steelers, he threw for 6 touchdowns. Now the Steelers got absolutely torched, and they didn't even look like the playoff potential team we thought them to be. It looks like the Pittsburgh Steelers are absolutely reeling right now. Defensively, offensively, they couldn't get anything going. It was a poor performance all the way around, and that's why we see the Pittsburgh Steelers here at 23.
Yeah, I don't see the Pittsburgh Steelers doing too much this season. That defense is really holding them up, but I don't think they can keep up with teams like the Kansas City Chiefs. They're really not competing for much this season.
Next up, we see teams 20 through 11, starting off with the Washington football team at 20, the New Orleans Saints at 19, the Atlanta Falcons, the Minnesota Vikings, the Baltimore Ravens, the Los Angeles Chargers, the Miami Dolphins, the Philadelphia Eagles, San Francisco 49ers, and the Arizona Cardinals at number 11. Nick, out of these teams, which one surprised you the most?
Miami Dolphins are coming on strong right now, 7 straight wins, and they find themselves in the playoffs. They just took on the New Orleans Saints on Monday Night Football, absolutely obliterating them. That defense is looking legit. Ian Book definitely not looking like the future for the New Orleans Saints. The Miami Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa, these guys are coming to play. Brian Flores really got these guys doing what they need to do, and they're doing it at the right time. Being here at the 7th seed, they finally gotten to where everybody thought they should be, and now we see them here at number 14.
Yeah, I mean, the Miami Dolphins are definitely a surprise. I would say that the Philadelphia Eagles are a surprise for most people, but not for me. I've been saying that they belong in the playoff hunt in the NFC. I think they are a top 15 team. They are just slow to the occasion right now. They were slowed by a lot of injuries over the course of the season, and now they're starting to really show their true colors. But the team that really surprises me, and Nick, I think you as well, Number 11, the Arizona Cardinals, falling out of the top 10. Just a few weeks ago, this team was number 1 on the power rankings, and now they're not even in the top 10. The Arizona Cardinals look like they're in absolute shambles without DeAndre Hopkins. This team just can't do anything offensively. Christian Kirk is doing his absolute best to carry this team, but with no James Conner and no DeAndre Hopkins, this team is just destined for absolute failure. It seems like Kyler Murray really can't complete a single pass. I saw people open. I don't know if he can see them over the defensive line, but I really just don't know what more the Arizona Cardinals have to do. This defense is getting absolutely disgustingly torched. I thought J.J. Watt was supposed to help them. Obviously, he's out for the year. I didn't think he was the entire bedrock of what this defense was founded on. I mean, Chandler Jones doesn't even look like the same guy. And this defense really needs to figure out what they're doing. Byron Murphy and Isaiah Simmons and all these guys, they have done absolutely nothing. It is a poor performance all around. And the Cardinals could possibly miss the playoffs because of it.
Yeah, the Arizona Cardinals, I think a lot of their issues are actually stemming from Cliff Kingsbury. We see that a lot of the talent that's working out in Arizona is not homegrown. It's coming from other teams. All the homegrown talent that they have has not worked out. No one has really come into their own. Kyler Murray, Isaiah Simmons, Zaven Collins, none of these guys have really stepped up to be who they should have been. And I think this falls on Cliff Kingsbury not being able to get the most out of his guys. I think they're just squeaking by based on sheer athleticism and ability to play the game. But that's only going to carry you so far, and that's why we see them dropping games to the Lions and to the Colts. It's just not what you expect from the Cardinals, but we see them getting exposed in a lot of different ways, and this has to look bad on Cliff Kingsbury.
All right, and as always, we have the top 10 starting off with number 10, the New England Patriots at number 9, the Cincinnati Bengals, the Indianapolis Colts, the Buffalo Bills, the Tennessee Titans, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Los Angeles Rams, the Dallas Cowboys, and at number 1, your Green Bay Packers. Nick, out of these top 10 teams, which one surprised you the most?
Yeah, the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm not one to really give Kansas City Chiefs too much credit, but for them to be out Travis Kelce, for Tyreek Hill to not practice all week, and pretty much not even be a factor in this game, Patrick Mahomes really working with everybody else that he practiced with this week, for them to go and obliterate the Pittsburgh Steelers at home, demolishing them once again. I mean, the Kansas City Chiefs are putting it all together at the right time, and they are truly the best team in the AFC. With them at home, having home field advantage throughout the playoffs, I don't know if there really is a team out there that can get past them, and right now I think that they are the strongest team in the AFC.
Yeah, the Kansas City Chiefs are definitely a little surprising. A team that I want to focus on, though, the New England Patriots. I mean, we saw this team go through an absolute transformation after that Dallas Cowboys game. They went on a 7-game winning streak and really just took it to every single opponent. They were averaging 35 points on offense, 10 points on defense. They were really just taking it to every single opponent that they have. Now we see over the last couple of weeks after their bye week, it seems like they're just sluggish. It seems like once they hit the bye week, things have just not been clicking for them. And even Mac Jones calling out the Patriots for saying that they haven't been practicing well. It's not looking pretty for the New England Patriots coming off of 2 straight losses, the Indianapolis Colts and now the Buffalo Bills at home. They have to get right now. Next week up against Jacksonville and their Week 18 matchup against the Miami Dolphins are going to tell us a lot about this team, how they can bounce back from tough losses. This is a very young team that needs to grow together and really needs to kind of work themselves into these positions. I think the New England Patriots are starting to learn a little bit more about themselves, and honestly, they belong outside of the top 10. There's just not really a team that is worth overtaking them right now. They've not played top 10 worthy, and they're just lucky because the NFL is so top heavy right now that they find themselves in this top 10 right now.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the other teams in the top 10, the Patriots have taken on the Colts and lost, the Bills and lost. I mean, they beat them in a bad weather game where the Patriots only threw 3 passes. The Tennessee Titans, who didn't have Derrick Henry, the Buccaneers, they lost to them. And the Dallas Cowboys, they lost to them. We look at these other playoff contenders, and the Patriots simply cannot get past them. Their win streak really came against the bottom barrel teams, and we have yet to see them take on a top tier opponent and really show their dominance. I just don't think the Patriots are as good as a lot of people are saying they are. I think that they went on a nice win streak, and that gave a lot of people false hope, but there is no hope going into the playoffs for them.
I mean, a lot of questions surrounding pretty much every team except the number one team right now, the Green Bay Packers. It looked like the Dallas Cowboys were finally able to put things together both offensively and defensively, and it really looked good in that absolute shellacking, but that came at the hands of the Washington football team. The Green Bay Packers still, in my opinion, look like the best overall team in the NFL.
The Green Bay Packers are definitely the best team in the NFL, but they play some risky games. They really like to let their opponents keep the game close. They don't like to absolutely blow them out of the water from the get-go, and that's just going to lead to some very iffy games for them moving forward. We're going to get into the playoffs where they're facing some of these other teams. They're going to be facing teams like the Los Angeles Rams and the Dallas Cowboys, and these are not games they can take lightly. They cannot give an inch to these teams, otherwise they will lose that game. And I think the Green Bay Packers, although they have the best talent and the best team, they're just not imposing their will like you would expect the best team in the NFL to play.
No, absolutely. And if you want to hear more about the Green Bay Packers and our thoughts on them, check out last week's video where we discuss whether the Green Bay Packers are the best team in the NFL. We talk all about kind of where their season has been and where they're going, especially with Jair Alexander and Zadarius Smith slated to come back. I would definitely go check that out. All right, well, I want to hear from you guys. Let us know in the comments down below what you think of our power rankings. Let us know which teams we have too high and which teams we have too low. All right, well, that's going to be all for now. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell. We go live every single day. That'll be all. Peace and love.